seeing, taste and smell and all of those senses. So, of course, why wouldn't the universe give us the sixth sense as well? And we all use it a little bit differently. Sure, I'm a professional with it, but I think we all have it, whether it's the police call it a hunch or they call it women's intuition. Everybody has a little nickname for it, but I think we all have it.
You're right 100%. I can't argue with that because I remember when I was in the police force, I would get these gut feelings.
Sure.
And I'll tell you, my intuition has paid off well over the years by listening to it. There have been times when I thought I knew more than it did, and boy, was I proven wrong.
Sure. When you start getting your head involved, you go with your gut. Your gut knows. That's our radar to get through life. Is how does it feel? What should we go left or go right? Or getting those hunches, or knowing what to eat, or we're not. And we all get those kind of feelings and what's right for us. And whether you want to call it a sixth sense or just a gut instinct, it's really the same thing. But you're right. When you get the mind involved and you start thinking about it, oh no, that can't be right. And then you talk yourself out of it. Oh my gosh, how many times do you go back and say, I knew it. I should have done that. My gut said so. Well, one of the next lesson that probably is on that list, besides not taking things personally, is learning how to understand those signals. Your body gives you signals, your mind gives you signals, but learning how to trust yourself and know what's right for you. Like, I get chilly bumps. I was working on Saturday, and it was 100 degrees. It was very hot, and I was laughing because as I'm talking to someone, and I get in these chills up and down my arm, and it's 100 degrees, and I said, well, there's my validation. And I know this about myself. So getting to know yourself and know how you get signals and how you get information and what works, I think that's a lifelong adventure too.
It is. It is. So how do you teach people, Sandy, to listen to their gut feelings, to listen to their intuition? Are there ways, are there techniques that they can improve their intuition?
Oh, sure. You can practice on things that are benign. You know what I mean, Rob? Practice on things that really don't impact your life in a way that would, cause any harm or anything. Things like, I'm going to think about what my mother's going to wear when I go to the family party. Something like that. And just see and watch yourself over time and make note of it and do things like that. Or, I'll say, okay, I'm going to walk in the grocery store and I'm going to meet this nice person behind the counter, and they're going to be a young man going to college, and just do a little read on yourself before you go places, or just things like that. And then watch the patterns to see how they manifest and what way you get your information. We all get it differently. I'm very audible. I love to talk with people on the radio and on the phone, and I can get really good reads that way. In front of people visually, I'm not as good. And I know this about myself, and I've watched the patterns and how things work. I've done television, I've done radio, but radio is my you love radio too. You can really, at least I can really feel something and really see things from the radio, but everyone's different. So test it out. What song is going to be next on the radio? You could do all kinds of things like that to see how your gift manifests, and then follow that and follow your strength. Always follow your strength. Find what works. Maybe it's dreaming. Maybe that's how you get your best information. A lot of people do. And they'll wake up in the morning and keep a dream journal and then watch those patterns. And again, it's back to getting to know yourself, how you get the information, and what works for you. That's the easiest way to teach people.
Sandy, for those who may not have had the pleasure of listening to you on the show before, would you be able to tell how a near-death experience changed your life?
Oh, gosh. Thank you. Thanks for asking. It certainly did, that's for sure. I was an insurance agent living the quote-unquote normal life. You know what I mean, Rob.
Yeah.
Going to work and going, I had a house and a car and a husband and all those things. And I did have a death experience. And when I was on the other side, I was told to go back, that I had work to do, and I was to share this gift, which, now that I think back, I had it, but that was a true catalyst for it. It was like putting gasoline on a fire, and it went ba-boom and completely changed my life. And when I was over there, I was also given information to apprehend the person that was attacking me at the time, which is how I got to the other side. And so that was quite an experience as well, because as I was working with the FBI and the profilers and the wonderful policemen, I'm putting you in this category, you guys were great, just amazing, and we all worked together, and I realized how much of my intuition and my gift and my gut and the information that I got over there was helping to apprehend this person, and it did, and I went to court, and he's away for the rest of his life. So, of course, that is an amazing honor to be able to work with the universe in that way, and it completely changed my life. And after that happened, I got a little crazy, Rob. You know how that goes. A little post-traumatic stress, and all those kind of things. And I was bound. I was bound and determined that I was not going to live my life like that. Yeah. And that's what really changed my life. I was on disability. I was going to the wonderful therapists and just great people, but it wasn't satisfying that spiritual question that I had. Who was it that I talked to? Who was it that sent me back? Why did God do this? Why? All those kind of questions. And I ended up I went to churches and rabbis and synagogues, and they were all lovely, but it really didn't hit home with me until I met the Native Americans. And something about that really clicked with me, and I did a 7-year apprenticeship with 2 Cherokee shamans, and that's when my life completely went in the other direction, and I realized that what God was talking, or what I perceive as God at the time was talking about, was the gift was, oh my gosh, I know things. And then I had to learn how to drive the car. You get the gift, right? It's like giving a high-powered sports car to a 16-year-old boy. It's dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
So it was like that for me. I had to learn how to drive the car, and I had to pay for the insurance, and so I had to make sure I didn't do anything. So I really learned a lot, and I'm really grateful to be able to share it and make a difference and heal myself, and then share with others how we can all do it. If I can do it, Rob, anybody can do it. Believe me.
Sandy, what was it about the Native American way that answered or fulfilled your emptiness?
Oh, what a great question. One of the things that I really enjoyed about the experience was the Native Americans don't teach you to do something. They see who you are and encourage you to be that. In other words, in our culture, in the regular world, you go to school and you learn how to be an accountant, or you go to school and you learn how to be a real estate agent, whatever, a doctor, whatever it is you're doing.
Right.
Where they looked at me and they said, "Oh, well, you're a seer." That's what they call me, a seer. You know what I mean by that, an intuitive.
Right.
And they said, "Okay, well, we see that this is who you are and who your soul is, so we're going to help you to develop that and to learn about what that is, and we're all connected to everything, and the universe is a part of all of us."
Oh.
It's not a separate it's not. It is a separate entity, but it's not. The Creator is our Father. The Earth Mother is our mother. She nurtures us. We refer to Him in the masculine because the Earth is referred to in the feminine, and there's a balance there. But they're both, and so I figured, well, if He's my dad, I can talk to Him. I just met Him. I went to the other side. So there's no separation with their belief system. We're all connected. We all have spirit in us. We are spirit having a physical earth walk. So tap into that connection inside of yourself that connects up to the plants and the animals and the earth and the sky and the clouds and the mountains and the rivers. I just loved all that. I soaked it in, Rob. I just did. It was like a pig in slop. It was perfect for me, and it worked for me. But I encourage everybody to find what works for them. Sometimes organized religion works for some people, and sometimes going overseas and going on vision quests works for people. Do whatever works for you to connect to that God space inside of you, or that space that feels good about things, or that's happy, or that's peaceful, and cultivate it. Sow the seeds. In the Bible it says, you reap what you sow. Plant the seeds and just allow it to happen, because it's really fun.
Sandy, what was it like on the other side?
Rob, it was beautiful. The first thing I remember was I kind of pat my body down and I said, oh my gosh, what's going on? Because there was a lot of violent activity happening at the time. And, of course, that involves pain. And there was no pain. And I pat my body down and I said, what the heck is going on? I said, wow, I'm dead. That's cool. I thought it was so cool. I was like, wow, this is great. There's no pain. And then everything started happening simultaneously. I saw the past. I saw the future. I saw the thoughts of the man attacking me. I heard God saying, I'm sending you back. All these things. It's not linear the way that it is here, where it's 9:26 and then it's 9:27. It's more like a dream time. That's the easiest way for me to describe it. It's, how dreams are?
Yes.
And you sort of go from one place to the next, and it's a little disjointed. That's the way it is out there. But the feeling, the love, take your most favorite day of your life, of any moment that you cherish, multiply it by infinity, and you've got that feeling. Whether it's a birth of a child or marriage or whatever gives you that feeling, and then just expand it. It's amazing.
If it is so wonderful on the other side, Sandy, and I've heard this from many people over the years, why do we fear death?
We're taught to.
But for what end? To what purpose?
Well, there's a lot of control in fear.
All right.
And for what? Okay, so we are taught. That's another thing with the Native Americans. They don't fear death.
No way.
Not at all. Animals don't either. It's just going from one room to the next. We are spiritual beings having a physical earth walk. We are all spiritual. All of us. So when people say, oh, you're very spiritual, it's like, well, we're all spiritual. And I really think that we're taught to be afraid of a lot of things for whatever reason. That to fear death or the Grim Reaper or all of those kind of things. And maybe, in everything there's always a degree of truth. And as an ex-police officer, you know this. You know what I'm saying. There's always a degree of truth. So maybe there is a place that souls go to learn lessons and to experience things in a different way if they've done things in their earth walk that weren't desirable.
Like the Cosmic Rehabilitation Center.
Yeah, I've seen those kind of places. Well, not personally, but I've seen souls, where I call it like rehab, or things where it's like, oh, okay, you need to go to school to learn about that. And is the forgiveness there? Of course. But sure, we go through, the Buddhists believe that we go through these different incarnations, and we learn these lessons to grow, change, and evolve. And the only way that we can actually do that is by being physical. For instance, if you or anyone is saying that they wish to do something, I wish to lose weight, or I wish to quit drinking, or whatever it is that they want to do, unless they actually physically make a change in their pattern, it doesn't mean anything to say it. So when you're in spirit and you're saying, I would like to learn compassion, or I would like to learn forgiveness, or I need to learn about love, then that's what you signed up for. And you come down here, and that's what you get. So, and then you go back, and then, it keeps going. Yeah.
What part does reincarnation play in the entire Earth experience?
Oh, wow. I can only speak from my personal experience, because, of course, there are lots of theories and beliefs and whatnot out there. I will say that my personal belief, based on my experience, especially going to the other side, I know now for sure that if I had stayed there, all of the lessons that I have learned and received, and all the healing that I've had over the past, it happened in 1990, so that's 25 years.
Yeah.
I'd have to do it over again, because you have to do it in the physical. It's back to what I was saying about, I want to quit drinking. Unless you physically do it, it doesn't take hold. So I had to come back and learn all those lessons, have them take hold. So the Native Americans also have a wonderful saying, it's a good day to die. And meaning that if I did leave tonight, I would be very comfortable looking the universe in the face and feeling okay about myself and what I've done. That's what they mean by that. That you're always in sync with yourself and with God. So any time that you're called there is an okay time. And I think, I don't know this for sure, but I think that we're sent back to Earth so that those lessons can be made physical, taken with us in our soul back to the other side, and then we just get another lesson and come back again. Buddha talked about this. He was born 2,500 years ago, and he spoke of coming back in as an animal or in different bodies as people, and learning these lessons. And then he decided that he was going to leave his posh lifestyle and learn about suffering. He was a king. He was a prince, or he lived in a palace, and he had everything done for him. And he said, no, I have to learn about suffering. And he left all of that behind, including his new wife and his baby son, because he felt that that's what he had to learn. So then when he would go to the other side and come back again, he wouldn't have to suffer. It's all very interesting, isn't it?
It certainly is. And I'm looking forward to hearing more, but right now I've got to take my commercial break at the bottom of the hour. Sandy, it's great talking to you again. I love listening to you, and so happy you joined us tonight.
Thank you.
Exonation, Sandy ATHEY is our special guest. www.sandiathey.net. Sandy and I will be back on the other side of this commercial break as we continue here in the X Zone from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, on the X Zone Broadcast Network and Starcom Radio Network. I'm Rob McConnell. Don't go away. Ever wondered if your advertising dollar is really working for you? If your ad would have been here, you and more than 4 million people would be listening to it right now. Contact ads at xzoneradiotv.com. The ability to access the knowledge of the universe is much easier for us to access than we may believe. Brad Johnson, conscious matrix communicator, is one of these unique individuals who is able to access a strong connection to the universal mind. Through his connection, Brad has assisted thousands of clients from all over the world through natural intuitive assistance. The intuitive information received is vast, covering a wide range of subjects. Brad's innate ability includes being able to access one's own universal matrix to help them realize their potential to create a life of profound greatness. One-on-one private sessions with Brad Johnson are available to anyone from around the world. Brad is also a proficiently trained psychic, Akashic Records reader, an online spiritual teacher, founder of his own unique and powerful healing system, Body Regeneration Healing, as well as a professional conscious channeler in communication with his own higher self-consciousness known as Adronis. For more information or to book a service appointment with Brad Johnson, visit his website at www.consciousmatrix.com. That's www.consciousmatrix.com. Do you think you have energy problems in your home? Do you feel better when you're away than when you're home? Joey Korn is a global leader in the world of dowsing who specializes in personal energy clearing and space clearing. He can help you create an ideal energy environment in your home no matter where you live in the world. Learn about his remote spiritual house cleaning services and much more at www.dowsers.com. You can get Joey's book, Dowsing, A Path to Enlightenment, as well as other dowsing books and tools, Kabbalah books, and Walter Russell books. Joey's work is really amazing. Go to dowsers.com right now. That's DOWSERS.com or call 1-877-DOWSING. That's 1-877-369-7464.
I'm William S. Peckham. If you enjoy a good mystery with a touch of the paranormal, then you'll love my novel, From Out of the Woodwork. It's the story of a young Toronto contractor, Sean Kennedy, who buys derelict homes, guts them, and turns them into multi-family dwellings. Slums just waiting to happen. When Sean buys 29 Livery Lane, the house fights back. Former owners unexpectedly come out of the woodwork as he starts the destruction. The apparitions come to him when he touches old books, reads hidden letters, rummages through old boxes, finds a locket, or reads a discovered manuscript of a murder mystery. From Out of the Woodwork will take you from 1899 to the horror of the World Trade Center, September 11, 2001. Check out From Out of the Woodwork on my website, www.williamspeckham.com.
One Florida drug dealer made a serious mistake when he dared peddle his poisons on the schoolyard of Robert W. Morgan's preteen daughter. Morgan, a budding film director, tracked him to his hidden Everglades lair where his meth lab mysteriously blew sky high. When Morgan's demands to police to make grammar school playgrounds safer from drugs were ignored, he sought the counsel of CIA operative Frank Sturgis. Again, he was warned to give up what was becoming an obsession. Instead, Robert used his reputation as a filmmaker to infiltrate the mafia by stroking their egos and offering to make films for them offshore so they could import them as foreign product without paying taxes. When they agreed to build him a studio in Panama, Robert called the DEA and FBI and offered to work undercover. In time, their combined efforts revealed how the mob was secretly laundering billions of dollars through the Vatican Bank in Rome before returning to the States as foreign investments. Now read Morgan's story, Citizen Spy, Vatican Cover-Up, The Mob, Money Laundering, and Murder, available at Amazon.com, BN.com, and Borders.com.
Little children aren't the only ones afraid of the dark. Millions of soldiers return from war zones with PTSD, anger, frustration, fear, and loneliness, much of which surfaces during the darkness of the night. You have the chance to change the lives of these American heroes. Songs and Stories for Soldiers.us provides free MP3 players for these men and women. With a list of 3 million songs in 16 different styles, 100,000 audiobooks, and 30,000 old-time radio programs, every veteran can find something to soothe and comfort them at no cost. All our players contain an 8-hour audio program designed to help veterans fall asleep. With 1,500 plus vets now participating, it's our goal to deliver 10,000 audio players this year. Go to our website at songsandstoriesforsoldiers.us. Help us help a veteran make it through the night.
Wouldn't you love to know the secret to everything? Well then, meet Dr. Kimberly McGeorge and her cutting-edge breakthrough knowledge that combines science with possibility. Dr. Kimberly brings real-life answers and healing to those open to alternative solutions. She teaches solution-based programs and classes that will change all areas of your life forever. Specializing in conscious creation, intuitive readings, and energy medicine, you can rapidly shift health, relationships, business, and money and abundance challenges quickly. Receive her best-selling book, Secret to Everything, at no cost by going to secrettoeverything.com/X-Zone. That's right, transformation can start now. Just go to secrettoeverything.com/X-Zone and receive Dr. Kimberly's book for free.
Hi, this is Ken Elliott. When I'm floating around the universe, I always try to tune in to Rob McConnell.
Hey, ho there, Trinity Frog on Sesame Street. When I want to find out what's going on with UFOs or ghosts, I listen to the X-Zone with Rob McConnell.
This is Les Corrigan from Target Internet Development. You're listening to Rob McConnell on the X-Zone Radio Show.
This is John Hogue, prophecy scholar, and you're listening to Rob McConnell in the X-Zone.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Welcome back, everyone. Sandy ATHEY is our special guest this hour. www.sandiathey.net. And Sandy, great having you with us. Thanks very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us tonight. Always a great pleasure, my dear.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I love listening to all of your sponsors. Aren't they wonderful? The wonderful books and the websites, and it really great.
Oh,
really,
thank you.
really great.
Thank you.
Yeah. I know. I have a message for you from the universe that I got while that was playing. Yeah. The universe says, 2 thumbs up. Thank you. You're doing an amazing job. Yeah. You have such a lovely mix of people. Yeah. Very nice.
Oh, it's my great pleasure. This is the job I love. Is just trying to make the difference in one person's life each and every night. That's it.
Oh, that's great.
Listen,
that is really great.
Sandy, you're also an animal whisperer. Did this happen at the same time when your psychic gift matured?
It's part of it, sure. Yes, definitely. I am a general practitioner in the intuitive world. In other words, I can talk to the other side, and I can be a medium, or I can talk with the animals and be the animal whisperer, or I can look at a past life. It just depends. I don't specialize in just one of those areas, but it's all part of. Yeah, it's all part of the gift. And animals are so much easier to talk to than people.
What's it like?
They're real.
What was it like the first
time?
They're just
who they are.
What was it like the first time you realized that you were talking to an animal?
That was the dolphins in Hawaii. I think it was 1998. My brother lived in Hawaii. He had been in the Philippines in the Peace Corps. And they evacuated. You probably remember back when Imelda Marcos and all that was happening. So he ends up in Hawaii, and I said, I want to go to Hawaii. Of course. Who doesn't want to go to Hawaii? And visit my brother. So this was probably 2 or 3 years into my 7-year apprenticeship with the 2 Cherokee shamans. So I was right in the middle of it. I said, I got to go to Hawaii. So I went to Hawaii, and my brother said, tomorrow morning I'm going to wake you up at 4 o'clock, and we're going to drive to the North Shore because that's where the dolphins come in to feed. And, I'm sure you would love to see them. Oh, I couldn't sleep all night. I was so excited. I wanted to go play with the dolphins. So we went down to the beach, and, the sun was coming up. It was an amazing day. And I saw the fins. I saw the dolphins. I saw the pod. And, of course, I go right out into the water swimming with the dolphins. And my brother is standing on the beach. What are you doing? Are you crazy? And I went out there, and I swam, and they went around me. They created a circle around me. And what was really fun, there was a boat that was going by. And, of course, I'm being carried out by the tide during all of this. And there was a boat that went by, and they said, who the heck are you? What are you doing? We've never seen the dolphins act like this. And there's my brother jumping up and down on the beach. Get back here, get back here. Because later I learned that the sharks came in after the dolphins. But I knew the dolphins told me that I would be safe. They gave me their medicine. There were sounds, and they were circling around me, and I was playing with them. And this is in the wild with them. It wasn't in an enclosed area. It was the North Shore. And it took me 3 hours to swim back to the beach, but I was so excited. Again, I couldn't sleep for days because I had talked with the dolphins. And they are everything that everyone talks about. Just fun and happy, and I could feel their sounds going through my body. Those sounds that they make, the sonic, Mm-hmm. And I could feel that, and I interpreted that as a conversation.
So they were having
that is their way of having a conversation.
So they were having a conversation with you, and what was that conversation?
Oh, just having fun. Isn't it a beautiful day? Oh my gosh, who are you? And what are you doing out here? Oh, dolphins are all about having fun. And I said, hi, I'm Sandy, and I'm out here, and I wanted to say hello to you. And we just had it was a big party, really. It was just a big party. Beautiful. We love it here. We come here every day. That type of conversation. When you talk with animals, it's telepathy. So how I reiterate the information is based on my humanness, if you understand what I mean. Because they speak in pictures, and they speak in sounds, and they speak that way. So how you interpret the conversation, a lot of it just takes practice, but it takes that intuitiveness to just relax and not try too hard, just to allow the conversation to evolve. It's like that with dogs, especially, too. Like, cats and horses, all of them are like that.
But isn't it like that in general, Sandy, that we have to learn to listen? And the same goes for when you're listening to spirit. You have to listen.
Sure. Of course. And listen with all of your senses. And get quiet. You have to get very quiet. You have to really feel that quietness, and I don't mean not speaking. I mean a quietness in your body, a quietness of your energy. You have it. You're a master at that. You have a wonderful, quiet kind of gentleness to you, and that's really what you need to talk with anyone, but especially the animals, and that's what you need to. That's why you're such a good listener, and you have such a wonderful show.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I love animals. I love animals. We have 3 little girls here. Maddie is 9, and she is a Shih Tzu. She's a little mix, a little sweetheart.
Aww.
And then the second one we have is Nikita. Now, Nikita we got from a pet store, and God bless her, she was born in a puppy farm. So her little body is distorted, like she's missing hip joints and this and that. But I have never known a dog.
Mind.
I have never known a dog to show so much love. Like she crawls up, she comes up on my lap. Well, for the first 6 months when we had her, we had to carry her down the stairs, carry her up the stairs because she couldn't take the stairs. But she's doing pretty good these days. And she'll come up on my lap. 1 minute my lap will be empty, and the next minute she's there. How she does that, I don't know. And she'll put her head on my chest, and she'll just look up to me with her big brown eyes. And you can just...
It melts you, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does. And you can feel the connection. You can feel the connection. And then our youngest one is little Lola. She is a Shih Tzu. And once again, she's just... Up until I started doing this show about 20 years ago, I looked at animals differently. But now, after talking to people like you and the others that we've had on the show, I understand a lot more. I can feel a lot more.
Right.
A lot more makes sense. And, when it comes to animals, when it comes to people, when it comes to anything in life, we are all connected, and I feel that connection. And I feel so sorry and so bad for people who just don't get it yet.
Well, everybody has a different path.
True.
Everybody has their own journey. And be grateful for what you have, and then, they'll find their way, and they're probably exactly where they need to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but
exactly.
I just want to say, hey, come on, gang, you don't know what you're missing. We're all part of the same thing. And
but look what had to happen to me. I had to get a big slap upside the head from the universe. I understand that.
Yeah, and when the universe wants to get your attention, it does. It does.
You're not kidding.
Sandy, I don't know how many times over the 24 years doing this show that I have said, that's it. I can't do it. I'm burned out. Whatever. We're not finished with you yet, mister. And something will happen where I find myself right on the same road with a different outlook. And I know that's the universe saying, Rob, not yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nope, not yet. Not yet. Besides, you love this.
I do.
And you're so good at it. You're built for this. You're in your essential self when you're doing the show and you're on the radio and you're building your network. Yeah. You love doing that. And that doesn't mean that you don't get tired. Sure, of course, we all do.
Yep.
But if you didn't do it, there would be something missing for sure. And we all appreciate it.
I'm blushing now. That's it, Sandy. You got me blushing again. X-Zone Nation, Sandy.
Well, you've got such wonderful... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, dear. I was just going to give you a little plug. That's all. See, I was going to say, X-Zone Nation. My guest this hour is Sandy ATHEY. Had the pleasure of having this young lady on the show before. She's going to be back in the future. I can guarantee you that. Her website, www.sandyathey.net, or Psychic Sandy. Her email address is psychicsandy@cs.com. Also, you can visit her on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. And once again, www.sandyathey.com. Sandy, when it comes to the other work that you do, I know that you've always got projects on the go. What are some of the projects you're working on now?
Guess what? I'm working on a movie.
Ooh.
Yes. Our working title for the movie is Sent Back.
Ooh.
How do you like that? Do you like that for a title?
I love it.
Sent Back. And I'm working with this wonderful young man named Lorenzo Olson. And he is a documentary filmmaker. And he contacted me a few years ago and said, we need to make a movie about your story. So, sure, okay. As you were saying, the universe has ways of bringing things. Well, I had never been on the radio before. The universe, I know for sure, wants this story out. And again, it has nothing really to do with me. It's the story. It's the inspiration. I am living my happily ever after. I am. Every part of it. Relationship-wise, everything. I am having a great time. And 25 years ago, I certainly could not have said that. We did the reenactment scene. Oh, Rob, that was something. We did the reenactment scene the same month in the same town where it happened.
How did you cope with?
Really?
How did you cope with that, Sandy?
I said, you know, the universe was just pushing that post-traumatic stress button and saying, okay, you think you're healed? We're going to test you. Oh, my gosh. Because we could have filmed in the summer, but this happened or that happened. No, it was November in Montgomery County, Maryland. It was 24 years to the day, practically, that it happened. And I dealt with it really, really well, and and it was the attack scene. That's what we were filming.
Oh, my gosh.
So there was an actress that was playing me, and it was the whole reenactment. There was a wonderful young man, Dylan Heinz, that is a stunt man, and he coordinated the whole thing. So, you know, there was makeup on her face and blood. I mean, all of that. And I just took a deep breath and said, that happened. That's not happening right now. Yeah. How can we make this movie so that it really depicts all of it in a way that best serves the community and best serves the universe? And that's where I put my focus. Again, remember what I said? It's not about me. Don't take it personally. And I kept telling myself that this is about making a movie that will inspire people. So how do we do this scene so it really works? And, of course, I've done a lot of acting as well. So I did have that actress aspect of me that I could bring forward, which was very helpful. But there was a little bit, especially when it got dark. Like, okay. But there was so much love around the project that, and for everyone listening, I'm sure there's someone that needs to hear this. It's all about what you put your focus on. The universe is an attention-based place, and what you put your attention on is what you receive. So if I put my attention on, oh my gosh, post-traumatic stress, I probably would have had it, which I did for many years, but that's a whole other show. That whole part of things. But right. I put my attention on the project, the hope, the love, the inspiration, and it really worked. It really worked. So for everyone listening, put your attention where you want it to go, and it will go there. It will work for you.
You know, Sandy, time goes by so fast with you, my friend. What are your final thoughts for the listeners of the X-Zone Nation out there tonight?
You know what came in? Have fun. Enjoy your life. All that dolphin energy just came in. Have a good time. You know, be grateful. I love the gratitude thing. One of my very favorite things. It brings you right into the moment. Mm-hmm. You know, sit and, hug your kid or pat your dog or whatever brings you joy. That's what the universe wants to say to everybody through your show tonight is enjoy your life. Relax. Take a breath. It's all okay.
Let our listeners know how they can find more information on you, Sandy, and how they can contact you for a one-on-one reading consultation.
Thank you so much. I do invite new clients, and I appreciate new clients. You can do it the old-fashioned way. My office phone number is 410-747-6510, and that number again is 410-747-6510. I do have a strong internet presence. Again, my name is Sandy ATHEY, SANDI ATHEY. I am on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and soon to be on Instagram. I'm learning about all of that. And you can also go to, I am. You can also go to my website, which is sandyathey.net. And please feel free to pick up the telephone. I am in the office Monday through Thursday is the best time to reach me, and I welcome your calls if I can be of service. Thank you.
One quick question for you. What is the most important thing we need to know when we are looking for love?
Oh, my gosh. To be yourself. and to be as whole and complete within yourself as possible, and then you will attract that beautiful love to you and that wholeness to you. Be yourself.
Sandy, thank you so much for joining us. Take care of yourself, my dear friend, and I look forward to the next time you come back here and visit us in the X Zone.
Oh, I look forward to that too, Rob. Thank you so much for having me and inviting me back. It means a lot. I appreciate it. Shout out to all your audience. Thank you so much for listening, and safe journeys, and I'll talk to you soon.
Take care, Sandy. Bye-bye now. X Zone Nation,
Bye.
What a lady. Sandy ATHEY is her name. And we'll be back on the other side of this commercial break with the news as we continue here in the X Zone from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. My name is Rob McConnell. Don't go away.